right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. Before we get started, I want to apologize for my voice. I am coming off of getting the flu. This video is gonna be a revisit for BDB Deez. He wanted a little bit of extra help, and it's been a minute since we done his arc, so we're gonna dive back into it. Uh, Appreciate you coming on, Deez. Why don't we just jump right back into it?
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so
All right,
am I
fellas.
allowed to ask questions?
Yes,
Of
yes.
course you're allowed to ask questions, but help him adjust, you dickhead. Don't be the usual
Okay, which
the Bane
show
dickhead.
show us your man.
Who do you want to see?
Your main
Let's see your
commodity,
main.
what's
Your
the shit?
main.
Your main column.
Okay, what's your secondary gear? Ooh. Scroll down. I mean, like, next weapon. Okay, chest. And pants. Okay. Right. So, are you trying to work on just one commander or multiple commanders?
Well, I'm trying to get Sister Wolf to S class, but I'm gonna be an infantry main, so
So you're working basically one commander.
yeah.
Okay, go back. Show me your other four guys real fast.
So you've got obviously Hancock,
Check.
Careful, Grinch got excited.
you got Sister Wolf,
Check.
Gilly, and then but yeah, else in the making.
Okay. So first things first is you. I'm assuming don't really need much in the way of gear to get the other comm farming. You really need to focus all your bots and whatnot on that gear for king. You can't afford to work two attack sets and whatnot with your gear levels. You need that gear all 40s and 45s before you bother trying to do anything with anything else from here on out. Your Sui gear, you might want to try and get a new one, a new rabbit ears and new pants, so that you can eat those two for bots, and then you can push the new ones back up to 30 and stop there.
All right.
Generally speaking, for gear, you want to focus on one set and you want to focus on one piece at a time, pushing that as high as you can get. You don't want to have two pieces at 36. You want to have one piece at 37 and the other one at 35 type deal, or one at 30 and the other one at 40. It doesn't make sense to have your bots spread around most of the time because you want to focus on the specific stats. For King, you're going to want to focus on the helmet and the weapons primarily, and the pants. The chest piece is largely irrelevant till you get full pen. You're not going to have enough RWE anyway. Straight up. But to begin with, start working to get the helm and the weapons to 35.
Yep.
You could eat the rest of that attack gear if you wanted to, but you won't have any secondaries or farming commanders if you do that. I would definitely get a rabbit ears and an assault pants to replace the ones that are on. Actually, you could probably move the assault pants that you have on Hancock over to King,
All right.
assuming the gems are compatible.
I'll just have to probably change a couple of gems around, but it won't be that hard.
Because you're going to want to focus on your main set, and don't take anything else to 31, 32, anything of that sort, ever, period.
All right.
Like, the only reason to do that is if that's the only piece of gear you're working on and you're pushing it to a higher level. You don't want to have 6 different pieces in limbo. Once you switch those pants around, you're going to want to get a rabbit ears and eat those ones so that you can use the bots on your sweep pen set.
Okay.
Other than that, you've got 1, 2, 3. You could probably eat that other quantum module or just the Devil's Touch, either one. You don't need 6 helmets, you only need 5.
Yep.
And put any bots that you get into your main gear set. Other than that, there's not that much to say. Your what's your AI? It's Pioneer, right?
Yeah, Pioneer is longevity is the highest one, but I've been working on Pioneer constantly.
Yeah, definitely keep pushing Pioneer because you want your main AI on your main commander to be the highest one for sure. Don't touch longevity. You can leave that there, or you could eat it into Pioneer, and then because really you don't have the leadership or the gear to effectively use multiple AIs. You
Yep.
don't really need that. I would actually probably eat longevity into your Pioneer.
Okay.
That's what, and maybe get it back later. But till you have a level 70 or at the very least 60 AI, you don't really need multiple other ones. It's not efficient. If you had a lot of lead and gear interspersed, it might be worth it, but you don't. So definitely focus on the one.
Uh,
Other than that, it's basically the only advice I can give you. If you get 3rd and 4th gem slots, use the helmet, chest, and pants first, weapons last, because they already have the extra slot. Did you have any other questions?
just trying to keep pushing in the right direction as slowly as I can.
Yep, definitely have to work on the sweep pen set. You want to have that in the 40 range and then pushing into 45s before you even bother with anything else. If you get it to all 40 with a decent pen gem and good gem sets, it'll do decent damage, even though you won't have full pen. You'll have to get into the 45 plus range before you have full pen.
Okay.
What's your you have an army and whatnot?
I have more
Yeah.
obviously in my shelter and that, so
Yeah, you got those are basically right. You'll want to keep working on getting the tier 9 to at least tier 10 and tier 11. There's no reason to have tier 9
yeah.
sitting about. Focus on
So
your infantry ones. Yeah, looks about right.
I'm slowly just trying to push through so I can get to the last sort of slot in here.
Definitely. Yeah, you want to get the rest of those to level 1 so that you can at least unlock Purifying Barrage.
Yeah. Slowly getting there, so
And once you do that, as you continue along, don't try pushing the other ones up higher like you have those at level 3. Don't do that. Get everything to level 1 so that you can get to the next tree. You probably don't need the tier 12 talents, so yeah. But get your infantry talents to level 1 at least before you go back and work on the 2 that you need the most. Being a Kingman, you don't need the last tree because it's for tier 12 only.
yeah.
I mean, just
Yeah, I was just told to
just to cover bases. What talents do you have on your T11? Okay.
so I have the airship
That makes sense.
nemesis
POI.
and then
POI.
I've got the power of infantries.
Okay. That's yeah, I mean you want purifying barrage, but I mean you'll get that eventually.
Hey, is not needed, really.
Yeah, it's not needed, but I mean if you got to get the talent anyway, you might as well just throw it on there whenever you get it.
All right.
Yep, it helps, especially versus things like Reinhardt.
You said you have troops in your shelter. How many troops do you have in your shelter?
I currently have
Oh, not that many. Okay.
no.
Hey,
And then
upgrade that, you slacker.
there's another 280 in there, so I'm slowly
You
getting
have enough for a full march, or how many?
You can do one
Once you
slot.
have those all healed, how much can you fit?
His leadership is
full
right.
march is that.
So you don't have enough for a single slot yet? Yeah. You definitely want to work till you get 2 or 3 of those slots at least.
Yeah, that's the highest for one slot that I can carry. That's the max in slot 1.
You have okay, so you have 1800. You can do one slot. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I can do a full slot. I think I have just over 2,000 in total.
If they're injured, they don't count.
I mean, it looks like the primary thing you need to work on is gear, and then also you need more troops.
Yeah.
Because you're probably quite a
And
ways.
gold.
I mean, you're probably quite a ways away from T12, right? Or are you just gonna?
Yeah, I am. I've got to upgrade my. I've got to upgrade my research lab to 22 first.
Okay.
But
So I mean, if you're gonna stay a king
yeah.
or an Ira main, yeah, you're definitely gonna need a lot more troops than what you have.
Yes. All right. Well, I'll keep pushing on the gear. Get it to 35. And then push to 40.
Yeah, I mean, you should try to focus on your helm and weapons, and then you can do the pants and chest later.
All right.
Because yeah, the the pants are gonna give you sui, but the helm is gonna give you sui and pen, and then the weapons are gonna give you a little bit of sui and pen. So you want to focus on those first. You can have your pants and your chest at 30 for a little bit, but focus on those 3 first,
Okay.
and then put the gems in to get your full pen. What gem sets you choose are kind of up to you. Um, Different people have. I mean, I personally always recommend Canes, but I know Bane sometimes recommends wait for like your 3rd or 4th slot for that. But yeah, focus on those 3, getting them up to 40 plus, preferably 45, and then you can
Yeah.
start working
Well,
on your pants and your chest.
I have a Geist and a Spirit Stone that I was going to put in. So,
Yeah, put those on your helmet and your chest piece because those aren't going to move. The pants, you're going to switch with the ones you have on your Hancock. So
yeah. So put one in each.
yeah, it's not that important which slots which.
All right. I'll do that then. All right. So, yeah. Trying to work on getting some bots up again.
Yeah, it's just work on your bots, and then you're gonna need more troops anyway. So slowly start working on them. Wait for a 2-for-1 event.
All right. Sounds good.
That's pretty much it.
All right. Well, thank you all for your help. I will keep pushing on the gear and I'll do the swaps.
All right.
Yeah, and release your Freak Commanders, hit help, and upgrade your Paraloper.
Yeah, that too.
All right. Well, yeah, I appreciate you coming on again for a revisit. Hopefully, this gives you a little bit better direction. Yeah, I appreciate it. We're gonna end this, and then we're gonna.
Definitely does. Thank you.
Yep, of course. All right. I am the Grinch, and we're out.